Okay, here's a video overview of what responsive web design is. Hopefully this will help illustrate it a little bit better. Essentially, there are multiple different devices today that view web pages, everything from a large monitor like this and even larger, all the way down to smartphones. There are tablets, there are various size tablets, there are various size smartphones, and there are smaller monitors. So what responsive web design is responds to the size of the device that's looking at the web page. What this does is eliminates the need for a second mobile website, and it also future-proofs your website for other devices coming along later on, which we have no idea what's going to be coming. It makes it so that it's optimized and looks good for every size device that is looking at the web page, and gives them a more positive experience. This is good because we create emotions when people go to web pages. Sometimes that emotion is frustration and difficulty. Clicking around into different columns and so forth is a little bit of a frustration for people, especially now today that so many websites are being mobile optimized. So when you're not mobile optimized, you're actually creating a little frustration. That frustration translates into fewer people that use your service and call your business up. So that's what this is all about. So responsive web design is basically making people happy. Happier people are going to respond more to your website. Okay, so here's what happens if I just make this into a smaller, this is Google Chrome, and if I make this narrower, kind of emulating a smaller monitor, like this might be the size of a laptop, you saw some of the background go away, and it keeps getting skinnier. You'll notice that this is getting skinnier, this is getting skinnier. Up here we have the slogan, phone number, and the menu, and the logo. So watch what happens as we go smaller. Notice these got a little bit smaller so that it could still work well. Right now we're into the size of a tablet, 1024. You notice this little yellow number down here. 1024 is about the size of a tablet today, like an iPad, in what they would see it in the portrait mode. So this is what a portrait mode would see. It looks fine, everything is good. This is a little smaller to make sure that it fits correctly. Down here we have 4 columns. Okay, so as we get skinnier, watch what happens. Pretty soon that sidebar is too skinny to really be okay, and so we make it hide. And we also, the menu got too far into this to be okay, so it turned into a mobile-friendly, touch-friendly menu system. And also the slogan and phone number got tucked underneath of the logo. Now it's more of a single column. Still down here we have, instead of 4 columns, because those would be really skinny columns, we turned it into 2. And then if we go even smaller down to different devices like smartphones, now we know people that are on a smartphone, one of the things that they might use my website for, one of the top things if they're looking on a smartphone, is the phone number. So they can click it. In your case, it probably could be the map. You can click this button and it would go to a map. And basically these 3 icons, and you can have more, are just quick shortcuts for people that have found the site and want to get right to it. Whenever they're in a mobile device, it's often that they want to get right to the content that they're looking for. So the biggest areas that I have is people calling me, of course, wanting to know why to use my service, and also looking at my portfolio. So these 3 buttons allow them to quickly get to that content. But everything is still here in the menu. They can find every page in it. But if you'll notice, it's a single column now. All of those areas that were multiple columns are now being reformatted optimally for that. In addition to it, what happens if somebody is on a tablet or a phone and they click the little button to add the web page to a home screen, you do get a mobile optimized touch icon that looks like an app on your phone. You can try that on this website if you're in Apple, for example. Down at the bottom, or sometimes now at the top of the browser, you can see a little button that allows you to add to the home screen. Click on that and you'll see a mobile optimized touch icon that gets loaded there. So it looks like an app that's on the phone, but really it's a link to this particular page. So that's an overview for it. Responsive web design is a very important feature that needs to be integrated, and all of our websites today that we're building now have it built in. It doesn't cost much more for us to build it into a website when we're building it first, but it does take some work, in some cases a lot of work, to retrofit a website into it. So if you have a website that needs to be retrofitted into responsive web design, let us know. We can do that as well. If you have a new website, know that we will make sure that it gets optimized for all devices in this manner. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. And my contact information is here and on the side and down at the bottom as well. And you can follow me on those pages. All right, thanks. Bye.